Hello again, guys and ladies, and welcome back to another Trespasser playthrough with me, the Idiot. Today we're going to be looking at a little remake level here of sorts. This is Jungle Road Reworked by Revae. He also has Beach Reworked. However, it's a little bit less. I don't know what you would call that. Reworked, redetailed than his Jungle Road level. So I'm actually going to be starting with his Jungle Road level because I really wanted to check it out. I gave it a quick look earlier and thought it was pretty awesome. This is a remake of one of the retail game levels. I don't know if he had planned on maybe remaking the whole game. I wish he had because his levels are really nice. But let's just hop right in. We'll boot this fucker up, see what we got. Boom. All right, here we are. Revae Reworked Jungle Road.
John Hammond, shady investor, multimillionaire, jovial mad scientist.
Try weird psycho old guy.
All right, so we're off to a rip-roaring start with some dialogue with Anne. You guys will recognize this immediately as the beginning of the retail Jungle Road level. But don't let your eyes deceive you. This is actually quite different than the retail level. There are some really cool stuff we're going to be having a look at.
An idea brought me awake one morning in New York.
Oh, man.
I almost didn't write it
The
down.
default Hammond voiceovers
We
again.
had the first rumors. We watched it on the TV news in the common room, drinking cocoa from the kitchen. I said it would be
Hey, buddy.
nothing,
You all right over there?
just another cold fusion.
Is he watching me? It's kind of creepy. Okay. Vietnam flashback Stegosaurus. But yeah, this level is a rework of Jungle Road, and to me, this is probably some peak Trespasser remaking right here. I mean, I say that, and I immediately see a floating plant, of course. No, not to diss this level at all. This is really beautiful remake of Jungle Road, in my opinion. He has retained, Revae, our level creator, has retained the spirit of the original level, while also adding a whole bunch of cool new stuff and just generally improving the consistency and the look of the level, adding detail. It's really nice, and so I should just mute Hammond. Like, we've heard these lines before, you know?
Becomes amber.
Yeah. So anyway, let's keep going. If you guys remember, there was a puzzle here where I had to grab a box from there, and then you got a stack on top. Well, Revae has decided, fuck that, you can just walk past it. Thank you, Revae. That puzzle is stupid.
The insect is preserved perfectly.
I notice.
But you see, and here's the clever part, wouldn't the dinosaur blood...
Yeah, Hammond would be fucking preserved. We know. God. I gotta unmute the music really quickly because I had muted it in the last video. There we go. Okay. I really like notice the grass details on the road, the nice 3D grass. Like, that's cool, you know?
Tiny spiral of genetic code.
Abracadabra. Steve Miller.
All right, I admit it, Hammond, you're clever.
I feel like I made that Steve Miller joke last time too. I can't help. Anytime I hear the word abracadabra, that's all I think of. I heat up, I can't cool down. Dumbass, he tripped on a thing and died. Slipped on a banana peel. Is there something in here? There is. There's a pistol. I want to get in there because I really want that gun. Whoa, that almost went absolute apeshit. So this is, I know this all looks really familiar, but oh my god, okay, the physics are going ham again. The physics today have been really weird. The last video I was playing too, I felt like weird stuff was happening.
Feels full.
It'd be really cool if the game's physics just degraded over time somehow and they just like kept getting worse. So one day I go to play this and like everything is flying. I don't know. Oh, Shaquille O'Neal, hell yeah. I'm gonna take this with me. You know, as a tribute to Shaquille O'Neal, we're gonna take that basketball. So you guys will see, if you remember this area, this is where that crash Jeep was. And I remember I mentioned that there was the Mayan face crash Jeep area while I was playing this. Here it seems Revae has actually added in. If you can see hidden in the bushes down there.
Standard safari vehicle. State of the art.
There is a hidden Mayan face in the bushes there. Not the one that was actually intended for this level, which was a completely different model. But still, it's kind of cool that he restored that little detail.
The hunters scattered.
Just curious to know if
prearranged hunting routes.
the basketball on my shoulder. Oh my god, I'm like the Harlem Globetrotters. Blow him away. All right. So yeah, the Mayan face model was actually a completely different asset that looked like nothing else in the game. It's very spooky looking. Maybe I'll put up a picture of it. Ready for this? Here it comes. Wham! There it is. I don't know why I have to like talk when I see these things, be like, yeah, bam, smash. You know, it's like the old Batman cartoon. But we're actually gonna go over here. We're gonna kind of go off the beaten path a little bit because this is where it starts to diverge from the retail level a fair bit. There's kind of like this side path here with these cool stone walls, which I've never seen. I think these are custom assets. And we're just going to follow this. You'll notice these trees here too, these bushes. Don't know what kind of plant this is. Is this like coffee? I see beans on there, I think. I see some fucking beans on there. So I'm gonna assume I don't know why. Whenever I hear the word bean, I just like, hey, beans, mate. The most British thing ever for some reason is beans for me. Gotta have some bangers and mash. I don't know. I'm sorry, British people. I can't help. That's just the first thing that comes to mind whenever I see beans. Those Heinz beans. The other thing that comes to mind is those those Heinz beans that come in a can. They're blue and it says Heinz beans on them. Or is it Kraft? I don't know. Either way, there's that blue can of beans you can get, right? And I always think of Stalker when I see those, like the game Stalker, because I'm pretty sure one of the mods that one of the big mods for that game uses those Heinz beans as the beans in game. Really riveting bean talk here, I must say. Just call me Mr. Bean. My flexible friend. But yeah, so here we have this little kind of cool outbuilding here. I really like the positioning of this, the kind of overlooking view of this that you can see from down there. It's really nice. I like there's a little bit of a coffee bean field over there. Some coffee beans, eh? So let's head down here, and here we see the plantation house, which I can't remember if I actually explored this when I played the retail game. I feel like I may have skipped it because I was just like, like you don't get anything out of it. It's very out of the way. But here we can see
plantation of the 1860s.
Oh yeah.
Fields were marked out by stone walls.
Ah.
To the west, the ruins of the plantation house still stand.
I wonder what they left here.
So you see probably the logic that came from Revae in designing this new coffee bean / brick wall area. Hammond says it in a voiceover that I can't remember if that's even used in the retail game. I don't think so, but look at, I even noticed this like detail, these vines going up the wall here. Very nice. Very nice. Those are hand-placed objects by Revae. Really blends this in with the environment in a way that it didn't previously.
Beautiful. Spanish colonial.
Yeah, so I don't even remember if any of these lines were in the retail game. I feel like they were not. Here we have some guy horsing around. Not sure. I wonder if the Easter egg is still here. Didn't I try to get into this in the retail game and I couldn't? Oh, okay. Well, there we go. All right, we're inside.
It's coffee gold. Slaver gold.
So here we have a gold bar, kind of cool object here. What does that say? Is that like its value or something? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, as Anne implies, this is probably gold generated by the slave trade. Rather, well, not the slave trade, but the exploitation of slaves on this coffee plantation. Kind of shitty, very shitty, but at the same time, you know, that's interesting to explore that as maybe something that happened on Isla Sorna in the past. Adds a bit of history to it. Here's actually a map of the island. I think actually these are supposed to be the 5 deaths in the lore of Trespasser. Like that one in the top right there, that's like Isla Matanceros or whatever. Isla Pina and all that. I always thought Isla Pina, that's kind of a funny name. I know what you're all thinking. You're going, Isla Pina, haha, right? Very funny, but like...
Oh, that's not
you know,
good.
what?
That's not good. I'm not gonna make it back from here, am I?
Well, we will with the power of guns. Is it Futurama? Is it Zoidberg in the? There's an episode where it parodies the Wizard of Oz, and Zoidberg is the Cowardly Lion, and the professor is the Wizard of Oz at the end of the movie, right? So at the end of the story, and he gives Zoidberg, you know how in the Wizard of Oz he gives the Cowardly Lion, he gives him a medal, which is representative of courage, right? You know, you got to give the Cowardly Lion some courage. If I only had some courage. That's not how his song goes, but but anyway, yeah. So he gives him that in the Futurama episode. The professor, he's like, Don't worry, Zoidberg. Who needs courage when you have a gun? He hands him like a fucking revolver. I always think of that. That's like it's so true, like Professor. That is so fucking funny to me. Who needs courage when you have a gun? Exactly. You don't need balls when you can just stand there and shoot people from 4 kilometers away. But anyway, I mean, it certainly took not to write off people who have done some crazy shooting, you know, like been stuck in wars and shit in the past. But I mean, I know I mentioned before, but like Napoleonic warfare, where it's just like a bunch of line infantry standing there shooting at each other, like that's fucking crazy to me. Like to have the balls to do that, like, you know, I know there's a guy standing behind you with like a bayonet waiting to stab you if you try to retreat, but like, man.
Costa Rica lay to the east, a quiet neighbor, to the west, open water, and the shipping lanes of the Pacific. The southern beach looked out
Allosaurus skull here.
Down past Peru, all the
Try
way
not
to
to
Antarctica.
cut off Hammond. So I know I didn't come down here in the retail game, but this is actually Kathy's beach, or supposed to be Kathy's beach, the little girl from Lost World at the beginning. In the retail game, this is designated as Kathy's beach. However, this was not originally supposed to be as such. Kathy's beach was actually supposed to appear in the cut plantation house level, but unfortunately, due to the way that level was cut out of the game, it was kind of shifted over here and made very loose and not at all representative of the same thing that appears in the movie. But I think if we go out here, we might find in this level that he's done a much better job of reconstructing. Revae, I mean, has done a better job of reconstructing what this looks like in the movie. Really nice, really nice. I do like this a lot. Spared no expense. Look at this. This is very nice, you know? Very, very representative of what it looks like in the movie, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've seen that.
Take a bite. Come on, I won't hurt you. Mommy! Daddy, you're supposed to come see this! I found something!
So yeah, there you go. You hear the little girl talking, like in the movie. Very spooky. I always thought this part was creepy.
Must have been that little girl's.
So this adds a little bit of melancholy to the scene too. This little stuffed animal bear here. Not sure where that model came from. I think that's a new model. Very nice. Very nice job, Revae. Yeah, so anyway, this is obviously meant to be the beach where the little girl gets attacked. I'm pretty sure she runs over like kind of in that direction in the movie. So yeah. No, this is great. I'm actually just going to cut here really quickly and go back to where I was, because we're just going to backtrack to get off here. This is more of an Easter egg than anything, but really cool. Good job, Revae, recreating this in the movie. I really like the mountains, too. These big rocky mountains, they look just like the ones do in the Lost World movie. Anyway, I'm going to cut really quickly, and I will be right back. And we're back with a nice composited shot there. I think that was potential thumbnail material. No, that's not true. I always put something really stupid in the thumbnail. It'll probably be Mr. Bean, knowing me. Because of the beans up on the hill there. That's like, it's always going to be something like related to like one of those random tangents I go on. Anyway, we're going to proceed in this direction because this is more kind of previously unseen Trespasser stuff. I didn't come down here in my retail playthrough because this area is blocked off in retail. Specifically this valley we're about to descend into on this little riverbed here. You can't get inside of it in the retail game. There's this big unrealistic looking mountain that they just kind of like erected in the way to stop you from getting into this valley. But we're gonna go down the valley now because Revae has opened it up and made it a playable area with stuff to look at. So let's follow the stream bed. This actually reminds me a lot of Industrial Jungle. I really like the look of this area. Like this is like the use of those rock objects and the mountains and the terrain textures. Like 10 out of 10 use of retail assets here. Like I wish I was this competent with the retail assets, honestly. Like, this is great. If you're listening to this, Revae, please make more levels like this. Like do the whole fucking game in this style. This is lovely.
Sunlight angled down through the dusty air in Norman's office, and I leaned against a solid oak table as I outlined my plans for international genetic technologies.
Did I seriously just miss both of those? I don't think my sights are lined up.
About half a clip.
There we go. Okay. What does she mean by half a clip? Does she mean like... I think I have 6 shots in this thing just looking at it. So does that mean I have 3? I feel like I fired more shots than that. I don't know. Maybe this might be another one of those enigmatic revolvers that has a weird amount of ammo despite like not physically being able to do so. Would there be able to be one left in the chamber of the gun? Would that be possible with this, or does that not work with a revolver? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, no, this is a beautiful use of the retail assets here. I notice also he scaled up some of these objects that appear often in levels, but they're usually really small, like these bushes, these trees here. Oh my god, so I have a friend. The reason there was a pause when I was talking there for a second was I was trying to think whether or not to say this story because it's so fucking stupid. But, you know, I gotta fill the time somehow, so, I have this friend, and when she was a kid, apparently she had a, so she collected Lego, right, when she was a kid, as we all did, and she had, a whole bunch of, like, minifigures and shit that you would just, like, stick parts onto. Parts as in, like things that wouldn't be stuck to a minifigure normally, like other bricks. And I remember she knew about George Bush, obviously. Like, we all knew about George W. Bush, right?
Woods behind my house.
We
used to pretend we were on a spy mission.
A forest this wild, this unknown, has not been seen by any human since the great hunters of the early Pliocene.
He's right. This is what they must have faced. Endless wilderness. Total mystery.
Anyway, so this friend, sorry, I had to stop there. Because they were talking, but I had this friend. So she knew George H.W. Bush, right? Or no, not H.W. but W. We all knew W when I was growing up, but she was like, oh, he's the president. So she made the White House. She still had it too to this day. She had the Lego like just still built, like sitting from when she was like a little kid, So she had this White House she had built out of like white Lego bricks. It wasn't entirely white. It was a little patchy because I guess she ran out. But she had made the White House, and she had made George Bush, who was just a regular like smiling Lego man, but with a bush on his head. Like that was George W. Bush to my friend. And you know what? I will never see him any differently now.
That's it. He's right. This is what they must
I
have
hit the
faced.
repeat voiceover button by
Endless
accident.
wilderness. Total mystery.
Anyway, looks like we're coming to the end of the valley here. I was gonna compliment and say I really like the way the sort of the geography of this valley, the way it slopes up on the sides and the center is rather low. I really like the way he used the trees here to make kind of a canopy that looks like it's really like arching over the path. I know that's a really specific detail that a lot of people would just not think of, but to me it creates a lot of verticality, which I love to see in levels. You know, this area here that I'm looking at, this is very similar to the retail area. I don't know if he's changed much about this, but, you know, I know we're meant to be in a tropical rainforest, but this just feels too open to me. Whereas conversely, that area I just went through there felt like the canopy just went on and on and on. Like it was so tall and it was so dense. Anyway, here we are at the monorail. You guys will recognize this. Looks just like it did in retail. I think we're kind of approaching the end of the level, because we are heading up to the usual monorail final exam section. Section? What the fuck? What is a section? I handed in an assignment today.
They certainly were serious about their monorail.
I handed in an assignment today, or about a week ago actually, and I was looking at it today. We was doing a little bit of like, activism stuff, and yeah, so I was looking at this assignment today, and in the very first sentence, I have a typo, and it says like something really, really stupid, and I was like,
somewhere.
oh my god, am I really that dyslexic? It was such a dumb word too, but man, sometimes I will write things, and it is just so fail, like the writing. So many typos, so many errors. It's because I just crank this shit out. You know, I'll crank out 5,000 words very quickly, very easily. And then I just sit there and I go, oh, Christ, like, I don't want to look back at it. So I hand it in without thinking about it, without proofreading. And so we get things like that. I remember when I was a kid, in probably 8th grade, my teacher, oh, we still got this floating crate, though. That's funny. I like that he didn't change that. This was in retail as well, this one specific floating crate. Gotta leave that. That's a classic right there. When I was in 8th grade, I remember I handed in an assignment. No! where I accidentally said, I think like at the beginning, I said something like, I tink this, like I-T-I-N-K, I tink. And the teacher called me over and she's like, what the hell is this? Oops, whoops, I just said my actual name. That will be censored, probably edited out. I mean, most people you can probably hunt me down if you really want to know who I am, find my email or whatever, but I'm trying to be a little bit private with the internet security. I don't really want people stealing my voice for things. I mean, it's going to inevitably be stolen because now it's up there on the internet by fucking AI, but since AI is the ultimate theft machine, I know the AI companies will tell you the otherwise, but that's what it is. Like, let's not fucking beat around the bush. It gets its information by stealing all information ever without permission. That's what it does. And there's no regulation for it. But I don't want to rant. I spent the last few days ranting because I'm part of like a student group that's kind of fighting against some changes to the way our student system is working right now. We're basically all getting fucked on post-secondary in the future by our ridiculously stupid government. And I think I just finished the level because I saw a little flash there, and it kind of just, like, it didn't end the level. I'm going to assume there's no IJ, like Industrial Jungle level, for it to load. So I think we're at the end here, yeah, because there's nothing. You can see this is where Industrial Jungle would normally start, and there's just nothing. So we are actually at the end of the level. I'm going to stop myself before I get into a big political rant here. So anyway, I think what we're actually going to do is we're just going to fly around and make sure we didn't miss any other big changes that were made. So let's take a quick gander. Oh, this is different. This little road here. This wasn't in retail. Looks like you can't get up there, though. No, you can't. Okay. So this is the Brachiosaurus Valley with the final exam. You can see the Brachiosaurus down there. If you guys remember in retail, so we're actually kind of flying in reverse through the level at this point. It's a little different. Let's, you know what, let's fly over this and just, we'll go the correct way as if we were playing it straight. So this is where that weird land geometry was. If we go through here, here's our waterfall with our friend, the very first tricycloplots ever. He's looking just as stupid as ever. This is the best model. I love this thing. Like that, like what way does this look good? Anyway, let's keep going. So this is a bit different. Looks like we got a monorail station here. In the retail game, it's kind of just like a phone in the middle of the field, but looks like he's made a little gate here that we can't get through. So obviously we would have to climb up, get over here, get down into the station, yada, yada, yada. We got a little split in our route here. We would have had to go down this riverbed as before, and it's a little different. Looks like there's a little different puzzle here where we maybe would have had to climb over something. I appreciate the way he changed the puzzles to make them look a little bit less arbitrarily constructed. That's kind of cool. What's over here? Oh, this is different. What's this? Warning, do not enter without escort. No trespassing. I wonder if there's any dialogue here. Let's stop flying for a sec, see if maybe she has a line for this.
No trespassing.
Yep. I knew it. I've heard that line enough times, but we can't get in here, so... Okay, that's cool. So I like that he acknowledged the existence of that area. So yeah, it's a little different than the retail version. Again, really good attention to detail, though. Really nice job of... Like this little area here, too. You can walk underneath this, you know? Explore up and around here. Just really good attention to detail, making things look so much more consistent than they do. I think the foliage placement is different, too. Like, he really seems to have done some manual object placement here, which is like really good. A lot of work to do that, and the fact that he's placed it so nicely and consistently is really impressive. Good job, Revae. I really like your level here. This is what's beyond that gate. I thought I'd take a quick peek. Looks like there's not a whole lot, just some brachiosaurs in a valley. This valley is actually blocked off in the retail game. You can't actually get into it, and there's nothing in it anyway, but he's got some brachiosaurs back here. Not really sure why. They can't really be seen, but anyway. I think as we fly off into space, I think we're going to end the level here. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for exploring this awesome remake. Thank you, Revae, for making the level. And I guess I'll see you guys in the next video. Till then, guys and ladies, take care. And yeah, don't do drugs and drink milk. Drink milk. Don't not drink milk. Do that. Just you know what I mean. Anyway, get out of here. Just goodbye, everyone.